I'm your host of the most local 23. You're joining me for Baby Bump Chapter 3. First steps. At your sister's house after Clint's proposal. He leans against the frame of your bedroom door as you frantically clean. Wait, you actually let him in the house? You're an idiot. Oh god, this place is a mess. Just close your eyes and give me a second to clean up. Miss Jen, I just proposed to you. A yes or no is typically customary, not whatever is happening right now. Okay, but you're Clint Covington. You don't need to see all my dirty laundry. You shove a pile of clothes in your closet, quickly shut the door, a lone pair of bright red panties remains on the floor. Or my underwear, for that matter. I mean, if you want to get technical, I've already seen them. Give Clint a stern look as you snatch the pair up and stuff them into a dresser drawer. Clint, what about Cassandra? I have no idea what you see in a woman like her, but the two of you are engaged. I'm sorry if you had to endure any of Cassandra's cruelty, but you should know I never proposed to her. And what's the gigantic engagement ring I saw on her finger? My mother gave her that. Our families have been friends for a long time, and they've always expected certain things. Like getting married. Yes, but I've never been one to do what's expected of me. And the last thing I'd want is for the mother of my child to raise this baby all alone. Okay, but Clint, there are so many reasons we can't get married. For one thing, you proposed in the driveway. You don't even know my name. Show more options? I'm not dressed up. You haven't met my family. We barely know each other. I'm not having a shotgun wedding. We barely know each other. Don't get me wrong, you've been wonderful, but certain things take time. I want to do right by you, Miss Jen. After all, I'm the one who put you in this position. For the record, it was really sweet of you to propose, but it's off the table. For now. He looks around the room, his eyes landing on a pile of baby supplies laying on the left on your dresser. Let me show my support for you and our baby. He picks up a rattle, giving it a shake with a grin. He once again kneels in front of you. Clint, we just talked about this. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to marry me again. He holds a rattle up to you and clears his throat. Miss Jen, I'd like to be a part of this baby's life and yours if you'll have me. Will you do me the honor of generally allowing me to be part of your life? Clint, I'm holding you to this. This is cute and all, but you do know I'm expecting you to change diapers. A stinky diaper's got nothing on me. I'm here for it all. You accept the rattle from Clint, and he gets to his feet. Let me take you out so we can start over. Only this time, I'm going to do it right. You hungry at all? Actually, I've been pretty strong craving for cranberry ice cream and pickles. That's new. I happen to know a fantastic ice cream place on the edge of town. And there's a pair of pickles in the fridge, or jar. I'll grab them. As you take a step towards your door, your stomach lurches and you sit down on the bed, hand clutched over your stomach. Jen, are you alright? Do I need to call the hospital? Morning sickness. It can hit at all hours. I think there's a baby basket on my dresser with some anti-nausea stuff in it. Clint hurries to your dresser and wraps the box, rifling through it. He then hands you a package. Mummy Pops. Hope these work. You break out one of the lollipops and stick it in your mouth. Lemon flavor washing over your taste buds and calming your stomach. How does that taste? Right now, like absolute heaven. He steps back to the box, and before stepping out of your room, he returns a few minutes later with a glass full of light-colored liquid. The package said that this was the anti-nausea tea. You take a long drink of the tea, fruity and light, and you instantly feel your stomach settle. 2 of 8 gifts received. You are now refreshed and ready to tackle the challenges ahead. Baby basket is a godsend. And, what does that make me? Also a godsend. There can be more than one. Clint chuckles, sitting patiently as you finish your tea. Once you're done, he helps you stand and you give him a smile. Should you just rest I can leave. Don't you dare. Not when there's ice cream to be eaten. Of course, because going to eat is the sensible thing to do now. You start to head out, but glance down at your wrinkled clothes. Give me 1 second. I want to talk to my sister real fast. I'm not going anywhere. Hey sis, I need to know what to wear. You step into your sister's room to find her pacing anxiously. She rushes over to you, clasping your hands in hers. Did Clint Covington actually propose to you? When's the wedding? Can I be your maid of honor? Anna, calm down. There's no wedding. I just need something to wear to go out with Clint for ice cream. Oh, you came to the right person. Ice cream dates require a cute ensemble. Something that catches attention. I've got just the thing. She hurries over to the closet, pulls out a gorgeous yellow dress and stylish jean jacket. Go on, give it a whirl. Quickly change in the outfit and give yourself a once-over in your sister's full-length mirror. All fine and dandy until, you're no longer thin. And then you've got the baby bump. You could melt all the ice cream in the shop looking like that. Thanks, Anna. I don't know what I'd do without you. And for the record, you will totally be my maid of honor. Oh, I'm gonna cry! You give your sister a wave and return to the living room. Clint gives a low whistle as he takes you in. Miss Jen, you look prettier than a magnolia in May. Thanks, but this magnolia needs her ice cream stat. I wouldn't dare keep a lady waiting. You and Clint arrive at the ice cream shop. Jar of pickles. I don't know why I keep saying jar of pickles tucked neatly under your arm. A scoop of strawberry, please. You don't want to try our mystery flavor? A beautiful lady like you could guess it, no problem. And you'd win a free Selma sweet cookie. Thanks for the compliment, but I've got a craving for strawberry that can't be swayed. I'll give the mystery flavor a shot. I can never resist a challenge. The two of you take your ice cream and find a seat. You eagerly pluck a pickle from the jar, dip it into the ice cream, and take a bite. Oh, God. This was exactly what I needed. Clint tries one, and his whole face scrunches up with disgust. Hey, I like sweet pickles. Does that count? That might be about the worst thing I've ever tasted. And you like this? Pregnancy cravings must be hell of a drug. Just focus on your mystery flavor there, Sherlock. It is indeed mysterious. Really can't put my finger on it. The two of you fall into silence, quietly spooning ice cream into your mouths. Alright, I need to know. How serious are you about being here for the baby? Dead serious. I want to know who the mother of my child is, and I want you to know who I am. Let's pretend this is our first date. Technically, it is. Exactly. We're here we're just getting a sense of each other. So go on, ask me anything. I'm an open book. Okay, Clint Covington. How do you feel about Cassandra? She's an old friend. We've known each other since we were kids, and she's been dreaming of our wedding ever since then. But I will never really saw her that way. She's always acted like she's above everyone else, like the only people worth anything are those with ungodly wealth. And that's not how you see things? No. I found that worthwhile people can come from just about anywhere. You meet your gaze and you feel your face heat up. Now ask me something else, something deeper. You're sure? I don't want to get too personal. After all, this is our first date. I think we might be past small talk at this point, don't you? Okay, then. Do you regret what happened between us? How many one-night stands have you had? Oof. Ooh. I'm doing it. Wow. That is a lot more personal. Too far? No, I said to go deeper. I'm not gonna lie and tell you I've never let someone I just met into my bed. He looks deeper in your eyes, but it's never been like it was with you. I'm sure that's what you say to all the girls who you've impregnated and promised to stick around for. Just you. And maybe 3 or 4 other women. Give him a playful smack on the arm. Clint takes another bite of his ice cream before shoving the cup into the center of the table. Alright, I give up. I've got no clue what this is. Well, my taste buds are at the ready. You take a spoonful of the mystery ice cream and pop it in your mouth. The flavor melts over your tongue, rich with just a hint of salt. First impressions? It's savory. Almost like I'm sitting down for dinner rather than dessert. Exactly. I'm guessing whatever it is, it ain't your run-of-the-mill flavor. Well, the green is definitely a clue. Salty, green, avocado? And it's really creamy. The texture's gotta come from somewhere. I bet it's from avocado! That would explain the color and texture. That's gotta be it. The avocado ice cream's quite popular on the West Coast, if they decided to bring it to our little town. But that's not all. There's more to it. Avocado is just the base flavor. We need to figure out what else is in here. You take another bite, small chunks inside the ice cream crunching in your teeth. Rich and smoky. Rich and smoky. Bacon. You guess the mystery flavor? Yes! Who's your daddy? It's bacon avocado ice cream, I know, and this is why I do food reviews. What? Don't look at me like that. Wow, you actually got it. You're the first one to guess correctly. Mighty impressive. My taste buds had a half an hour on that, and I couldn't solve it. And it took you all of 5 minutes. You retrieve your free cookie, selecting a chocolate chip one, and you return to Clint. You break it in half, offering him the other piece. We did it together, so we can share in the spoils. Smart and generous, you truly are a rare gem. You finish your ice cream and lean back in your chair, stomach full. I feel like I'm gonna have an ice cream baby with my actual baby. I've got a solution for that if you don't mind escaping to somewhere private. It's a nice night, and there's a woodland trail just on the edge of town. We could go for a night walk together. There's a beautiful lake, plenty of stars, moonlight. Sounds like quite the romantic place, Mr. Covington. I'll admit, I don't really want this evening to end, so what do you say? Will you accompany me, Miss Jen? This where you get her pregnant again? Walk through the woods with Clint to learn more about him and get some romantic time alone. Sounds lovely. You and Clint arrive at a woodland trail and start making your way along it, walking single file in silence. It's so pretty out here. Indeed, and the view is certainly improved by your presence. Oh, are we flirting right out of the gate? Well, that's my secret, Miss Jen. I'm always flirting. Clint pauses, pointing out a tall tree just off the path. Look at that young oak. Give it a decade or two and it'll be massive. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by tree talk from the master of lumber himself. I don't know about master now. If you asked me to tell you what all these purple flowers are, I wouldn't know the first thing. Those are weeds. Clint shakes his head, looking up through the canopy at the starry night sky. Sometimes I wish I knew more than just than my business. About the stars, about everything under the sky. About how to be a father. You're gonna be fine, Clint. Am I? Because it feels like I don't have a clue. Most first fathers don't, nor mothers. Well... Were you born with an encyclopedia knowledge of trees? No, I suppose not. And yet here you are, master of lumber! I see your point. We'll figure it out. As you and Clint continue walking, you step through a cluster of trees onto the shore of a serene lake, sparkling in the moonlight. Wow, this place is by Bob Ross painting come to life. It reminds me of when I was younger, my folks would take us on nature hikes. Me and my brothers would skip rocks. Ooh, I want to see Clint Covington rock skip. Much obliged. He bends down and picks up a flat, rounded rock, and then a flash of his arm, he sends a rock skimming across the water. It seems to go on forever, before finally stopping, the ripples expanding way out near the middle of the lake. Okay, that was actually impressive. My turn. You try to find a good skipping rock and pick up one that seems flat enough. Then you get into a throwing stance at the lake's edge. Choose wisely! How you do during rock skipping determines who will give the other an intimate lesson. Okay, whatever. You wind up and throw well. Flick your wrist and fling the rock almost completely parallel to the water surface. Rock skips again and again and again and goes on endlessly, even past the point of Clint's rock. You didn't tell me I was rubbing elbows with a pro. How'd you do that? You've got to be gentle. Flick it as parallel to the water as you can. He squares himself up with the water. Here, I'll show you. You walk behind him, slipping your arms around his waist so you can adjust his positioning and place your hand over his. I could get used to this. Focus, Clint. His back is warm against your chest. You nuzzle your nose against the back of his shoulder, breathing him in as your arms tighten around his waist. He smells like pine trees with a gentle, musky undertone that you find yourself drawn into. Miss Jen, now who needs to focus? Just making sure you're calm. Don't want shaky hands when you go to throw it. I'm not complaining. You take in another deep breath as you gently take his wrist, guiding it to the right position. He flicks the rock at the water and it skips way out beyond his first throw. Looks like that did the trick. Just gotta use your wrist, you know? After you return to the trail, suddenly a baby deer comes scampering out of the trees right on the path, his mother following behind. Aw, look at it, it's so cute. Strange, the father must be around here somewhere. Just then, a massive buck comes out of the woods and locks eyes with you. Oh, dear. I mean, oh my god, nice deer. The buck stomps his foot on the ground and points his antlers your way as he steps between you and his family. Clint immediately rushes forward, putting his body protectively in front of you. Clint, what are you... If he charges, run the other way as fast as you can. Clint and the buck stare each other down, both crouched in defensive stances. There's a long pause and the whole world seems to stand still. Then the baby deer skips playfully towards the lake and slowly the mother and father follow. Miss Jen, are you okay? Clint, are you crazy? The buck could have seriously hurt you, and we're out in the middle of nowhere. Town isn't that far, and I'm sure you'd have found someone to come help me out. And if I hadn't? I don't know, protecting a beautiful woman from a raging animal sounds like an alright way to go. As the two of you start back down the trail, you reach over and take Clint's hand. He smiles at you. Thank you for tonight, and, well, for everything. My pleasure. He gives your hand a gentle squeeze, warm and comforting. We're gonna be fine, Clint, and you're going to be a great dad. The next morning. You meet Miles at Louisa's bar for your first day of work. Good morning, Miles. Louisa, how's it? Let's get right to it, Louisa. This place is a disaster and you need our help. Don't start with me. You've got a busted television, half the lights are out in the back, which is a blessing because it's hiding all the carpet stains. Louisa's eyes burn holes into Miles' head. Miles, can I talk to you a second in private? He grunts and crosses his arms before following you to the other side of the bar. What? The guy's being honest. I'm starting to see why you need me. Why don't you let me handle convincing Louisa? And why exactly should I do that? Because... Why is his way terrible? Someone answer this to me. Like, why is it being bluntly honest? Why is it being bluntly honest is the worst way to go? I never understood this because I'm always bluntly honest, and it's probably one of the reasons why I'm not such a people person too. But I'll go with, I want to prove myself. It's my first day here. I want to show you what I'm capable of. I know how to get Louisa to come around to our side. You just have to give me a chance. If you'd rather be the one getting nowhere, be my guest. You both return to Louisa, who glares at Miles as you approach. Did your assistant talk some sense into you, or am I going to have to? Miles scowls but doesn't answer, taking a seat on one of the bar stools and looking pointedly away. Louisa, I want to ask you a few questions about the bar, if that's alright? Shoot. Where do you get the idea? Most people just don't open a bar on a whim. Louisa takes a seat beside you and lets out a sigh. No, I guess they don't. To be honest, it wasn't exactly my idea, it was my uncle's. When I was a kid, he used to always tell me how it was his dream to open a bar in America. How he'd get to meet all sorts of folks doing that. I'm guessing he never got to do it. He passed away before he had the chance. He never even got to see this place. After he died, I decided to open the bar and try to fulfill his dream, but you can see how well that's working out. Have you considered that maybe it's time to move on? I can't. This was my uncle's. All about my uncle that I ever dreamed about. I can't just abandon it. Louisa... You fulfilled his dream, didn't you? But what will that matter if I lose it all? Look at this place, Louisa. You've run this bar for what looks like a long time. That's not nothing. You brought his dream to life. You made it a reality, and now it's time to focus on you. What about your own dream? What is it that you've always wanted to do? Glances over at you and crosses her arms. I have always wanted to open up a restaurant. A restaurant? What kind? An authentic Mexican, a family Mexican restaurant. None of that Tex-Mex stuff. I want a place I can design from scratch. Miles turns his bar stool back to face you and Louisa, nodding to himself. That'd be a popular idea. The city council's always complaining about the lack of good Mexican food in town. It probably wouldn't take too much work either. We'd need to change the entire color scheme, but we could probably just refinish the bar. We'd need that completely new dishes and silverware, and glasses too. Well, let's not get carried away. Oh, there's one thing I'd like to add, if possible, though it's a bit big to ask. What is it? I'm sure we could make it happen. A wall-sized mural in the back, full of colorful dahlias. They were my grandmother's favorite. It's really mean a lot to me and make this place feel like it was my baby and not just someone else's idea. I don't know. Sounds like a lot of money for a bunch of flowers. Back up Louisa to include the mural in the redesign and make a splash at the restaurant's grand opening. Convince Miles the mural's worth it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Ba-da-da-da-da. A mural like that could get people talking and bring in even more traffic. We could even get a popular local artist to work on it. They'd share photos online, people would come from all around to see it. Fine, for the help of the business, we can do it. I'll write up the paperwork. Lisa claps you on the shoulder, beaming. Oh, thank you so much, Jen. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Neither can I. Miles makes a few calls, and decorators arrive within the minutes. They take some direction from you before settling into work. Time to get to work. What do you mean? The renovations are a go. I thought now we could celebrate. It's not enough to just give this place our facelift. We've got to spread the word too. Unless you want the reopening to just be the three of us. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's right. Anyway, we'll start with Elijah's place. He's just across the street. He sees a lot of potential customers. I'll meet you two outside. I just want to remind these workers not to touch my liquor supply. When Miles leaves the restaurant, stepping into the sun, you politely prod him with your elbow. So, how am I doing on my first day, boss? Fine. Oh, come on, you know I'm amazing. He shakes his head until you nudge him again. I'll admit, you were useful. And? You did manage to convince Louisa this was for the best. And? He grits his teeth and glares at you. You had some decent ideas about updating the decor. And? Are you done? I didn't think I was working with a kidnagar who needed constant praise. Now come on. As you make your way towards Elijah's, you serendipitously cradle your stomach. Did you hear that, little baby? Mama did good. Jesus Christ, shut up! Earn a patch for your baby blanket by convincing influencers to drum up hype for Luisa's restaurant. Knock knock, anybody home? Elijah appears from the back of the store and greets you with a smile. My favorite customer! What can I do you for on this fine day? You wait for Luisa to explain, and when you turn around towards her, she's shifting nervously on her feet, glancing at Elijah every few seconds. You nudge her on the side, and she jolts. Oh, we were... Luisa trails off, her mouth agape, and you step forward. She might have a crush on him, apparently. We came to tell you that Luisa's bar is going to have a big grand reopening as a Mexican restaurant. We're spreading the word. That's incredible! Congratulations, Luisa! Yeah, it's something. I know you've been dreaming about this for years. Want me to come? It doesn't matter. Oh, I see. Luisa looks at you desperately, her eyes wide. Oh, for the love of Elijah. Ha, she's kidding. Come and tell everyone. We're trying to get the whole community out for this event, and it wouldn't be the same without you. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to impose. You wouldn't be, and Luisa really wants you to come. Right, Luisa? Right. Yes, I do. But, shh. She clears her throat, looking away. I do. Then, of course, I'll be there, and I'll make sure to tell everyone who comes in here about it. Well, that's what they like to hear. Miles turns and heads towards the door. Well, we're making the rounds, not enjoying a leisurely day out. Right. Oh, you know who we should talk to? My sister's new friend, Bayo. He's in real estate. I'm sure he knows plenty of potential customers. That's not the worst idea. Meet up with Bayo in the center of town, where he's eagerly devouring a sandwich. He waves as you approach. Hiya, Jen, Miles, Luisa. I didn't know you all knew each other. Care to join me for a sub? This turkey and bacon is to die for. Alright, Ronan, I know that's you. Not today, we're here on business. Don't let Mr. Serious deter you. We're just here to got a favor to ask. A favor, huh? Well, you've came to the right guy. What can I do you for? I'm reopening my bar as a Mexican restaurant, and we're having a big reopening party to celebrate. We were hoping you would come along and get the word out, maybe invite some of your clients. Why is she so shy and passive as a bartender? Come on now. Bayo rubs his chin thoughtfully, looking between the three of you. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to help you, but I'm not sure I should bother my clients with something like this. But if you were to add some kind of incentive, I could probably make it happen. How about a chance to meet new clients? I know about everyone in the town at this point. I'm sure there's something else. Don't worry, I'll make sure to swing by the party, but I can't promise more than that. Unfortunately, my lunch break is over, but I'll see you all at the reopening. Bayo heads out, and you turn to Miles, who was already walking towards his car. Last stop, the police station. The cops, are you sure? Yes, I'm tied with one of the officers there, and he has a connections. Ooh, you're tight, huh? What kind of crimes are you hiding in the dark past of yours? He glares at you. He's a serious guy. Those kind of jokes won't fly with him. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. That's exactly what I mean. Keep this professional, Jen. Jesus, dude. You know, maybe if you unbutton your shirt a little. You, Miles, and Luisa make the short drive to the police station and step aside, where Miles quickly leads you over to the desk of a stoic man. How's work, Keith? Keeping busy? Yep. How can I help? This is Jen Cassidy, my new assistant, and you already know Luisa. Yes, I remember the vandalizer. I was 15. Cut me some slack. Keith scowls at Luisa before turning to you with an appraising look. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Cassidy. Right, you too, sir. At least one of you seems to be polite. What can I do you for today? Well, Luisa's Bar is reopening as a Mexican restaurant, and we were hoping that you and some of the force would come down for the celebration. It mean a lot to the community to have you all there. And cops know how to eat. Keith looks between the three of you before smiling to himself. A round of beers and tacos sounds like just what the force would want after a long day. We'll be there. Perfect. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to get back to work. These papers aren't going to file themselves. Keith turns away from the three of you, and you make your way back to the lobby. That's everyone. But are we sure we've got enough people? What if they don't show up? Don't worry, Louisa. I'm sure they'll come through. Right now, you should focus on getting the restaurant ready to launch. Oh God, I've still got the whole plan, the menu to set up. Lisa rushes to leave, but turns back to Stu and Miles with a small smile. But, thanks, I mean it. You have no idea what this means to me. Aw, Louisa, that's so sweet. Don't stop. Don't make a thing out of it. Oh, now she shows some gumption. Well, excuse me. The night of the grand reopening. You're putting the final touches on the decor just as people begin to gather outside. Oh my God, is it too fucking bright in this place? We're almost ready. After adjusting a few chairs, you step back to look over the changes. Yeah, it's way too fucking bright in this place. Jesus, no, no, oh God, no, you need sunglasses. I don't know how you feel, Louisa, but I think this place looks amazing. The mural on the wall looks amazing, the rest of it is all hideous. I can't believe it's the same space. Not bad. Not bad at all. Little baby, I wish you could see this. It's so beautiful. And the mural. I don't know what to say except thank you. My abuela would have loved this. As people begin to flood into the restaurant, Louisa rushes around, getting them seated, and a burst through the doors, joining you. Look what I made! Look what I made! The taco has a cute little face. Jesus, you work super fast on these things. And to celebrate your first successful project in Greystone. You're seriously the best, and the most supportive sister ever. How am I supposed to compete with them? You're not. Now, if you need me, I'll be in the corner sipping the world's largest margarita. You've collected 3 patches out of 16 for the baby blanket. Okay. Anna goes to find a seat, just as Clint strolls in, giving a low whistle. This place, sure has some charm, Miss, Jen. I just picked out some of the decor, but it's the food that'll really knock your socks off. Clint sits down at a table, and Miles walks up behind you, and you hear a voice call out, "Hey, y'all! Quite the turnout you've got here!" Elijah, thanks for coming. Can't pass up an opportunity like this, and I managed to bring in a few of my favorite customers. Jake's here, planning to eat his weight in guacamole. Keep it coming until I pass out. Appreciate you corralling people in, Elijah. Anything for Louisa. Past Elijah, you see Officer Keith by the bar. Looks like Keith brought half the precinct. Hey, you two. Look who I brought. This place is just what the town needed. Thanks for having us. Literally half the precinct is one cough. Holy shit. This is like Stranger Things, you know? There's like 3 cops, and then whenever you need them, there's like a whole entire SWAT team. Glad you could make it. We're glad too. Oh, there's 3 of them. So half the force, that's 6. You and Miles head back towards the middle of the restaurant and finally spot Bao. Hey, sorry I couldn't drum up any friends, but I got caught up at work. No worries, we're just glad you're here. So basically, free unlimited tacos would have got him to get people. Okay. How many people? 1. Okay. Just then the front door flies open. How dare you? Oh, Lord. Cassandra storms in the restaurant, glaring right at you. Don't worry, we're going for soap opera shit here, folks. You think you can just waltz into Greystone and take whatever you want? Well, you've got another thing coming to you, sweetheart. What are you talking about? Don't think I don't know what you're up to, you scheming little snake. I'm not. You trying to steal my Clint away from me? Cassandra's crashed the reopening party. Will she ruin the whole night, or can you save it? Find out in the next chapter. Who cares? Seriously. Chick reminds me of Madeline. Oof. Anyway. Hope you're all having a good day. I'm having a sore throat / fighting off this infection, so... Then also on top of it, I just had to end up putting a friend down. Like, literally, I got gunned him down in the... No, I'm kidding. No, I just had to... Basically, it's drama that I'll talk about probably in a stream or something, but I just... Yeah, I had to get rid of one. You know, they say, like, you're the company you keep, and... Yeah, I'm not toxic, so I don't want to keep toxic people around. That's how I feel. With that being said, without further ado, you know what to do. Please consider hitting the bell notification icon as well as the join button. It's a great way of joining the channel and becoming a part of Locums Locos, showing your support and whatnot. And without further ado, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this chapter so far, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace!